focus and that of my teams for the last 9 months has been to gather the evidence relating to the brutal murder of Tommy and ensure that his killer has been brought to justice.
Absolutely shocking stuff. Unbelievable, this. And I can't help but feel as though we're doing it to ourselves. And I can't help but feel as well that various different news outlets out there who are, as far as I can see at the minute anyway, not really reporting on this. Maybe if they highlighted the issue with as much vigour as they do to apparently covering this thing up, then maybe more will be done about it. But joining me now is Belinda de Lucy, former Brexit Party MEP and, crucially, a mum of 4. And, Belinda, that final point is of direct relevance because this is something that I want to bring as much attention to as possible on this show. We currently, in this country, Belinda, have no idea how many fully grown men with potentially violent criminal pasts are posing as children, having come across the Channel or any other route into Britain, and are sitting in classrooms with teenage or younger girls. And that is a scandal, is it not?
Oh, it's a complete scandal, but it's an utter betrayal, and it's the Conservative Party who are to blame a lot for this. There have been loopholes for years over our asylum system being abused, and the Conservative Party have done nothing about it whatsoever. You know, if one of my children had to sit in a class next to an adult male pretending to be a child, I mean, it's like Orwellian, where they tell you not to believe the evidence in front of your eyes. These men especially shouldn't even be allowed to apply for asylum if they come to this country with no documents whatsoever. So it's not just about the adults posing as children, which is utterly unbelievable. It is about the men coming here, claiming they're refugees, throwing their passports away. They should be rejected automatically because it's a gift for criminals, Patrick. Our country is a gift for criminals all over the world to come here and start a new life.
There was a line that came out yesterday, shockingly underreported, I can hardly see it anywhere now, about people who were saying that they were parents of teenage girls in the school where this triple killer was, whose daughters were coerced into allegedly sending in photographs. That's gone massively underreported. That's been brushed under the carpet right now. Whose human rights are more important at the minute in this country, Belinda? The likes of this triple killer or the likes of your daughter?
Well, there's a certain version of liberalism that's really infected the machinery at the heart of Westminster. They're the open borders type who see the world as just a landmass of buyers and sellers and see no value in national solidarity or social democracy or the safety of our public. Those are all things they're willing to sacrifice just so that they get to open the borders, feel good about themselves, and also grow the economy. I mean, it was interesting, wasn't it, Patrick? Earlier this month, Philip Hammond, former Tory MP, actually let the cat out of the bag and in an interview explained how wonderful mass immigration was and how good it would be for the economy. And unfortunately, I think this is what a lot of Westminster believes. The civil service sees migrants as economic figures. The black market gives this country £200 billion a year. So there's motivation for our government to allow everyone in and stop the safety of the public.
Belinda, yeah, exactly. Look, for what it's worth, obviously, as we all know, the government's line is, well, look, we're doing everything that we can. We're looking at these lessons learned. Yeah, I get all that. And look, just in terms of them doing all they can, from where I'm sitting, something that they could do would be to go, OK, right, no more asylum seekers allowed into schools unless they are very obviously children. That would just be a safety mechanism, surely. Would you support that? Lee Anderson said detention centres indefinitely, pretty much. What about a ban on people going into schools?
100%. You know, our children are at risk anyway in this modern age. They're having so many safety barriers removed from them by progressive liberals, and now they're wanting adult males to mix with them in the classroom, strangers who could be killers, rapists, criminals. But also, it's only tinkering, Patrick. The government needs to do much, much more than this. And Priti Patel keeps blaming the civil service. Oh, it's the civil service pushing back. It's the Ministry of Justice not letting us deliver what the people voted for. Well, who governs who? And if the Conservatives can't govern their civil service, then what's the point in even voting Conservatives? The civil servants are unaccountable, and they are a lot to blame for this.
My horrific premonition for the future is that unfortunately we're going to get a lot more of this. And you hate to say it, but when you look at the numbers coming across, even just a small percentage, of absolute wrongers like this individual now is still a lot of people, and still too many people. Belinda, thank you very much. We're going to have to leave it there. Belinda de Lucy, former Brexit Party MEP and mum of